Titled, I, 28 female, made a joke with my husband, 29 male, and it's costing me my marriage with a man I truly love. It goes on to say, I need help fixing it. My husband and I have been married for 4 years now. I truly do love him with everything I have. I can't see a life without him. I took some stupid advice from some of my girlfriends regarding a joke that they have done with their husbands or boyfriend. The joke is basically telling your partner that you want to break up or that you want a divorce.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Well, I never wanted to do it and thought it was cruel to do, especially to someone you love. But I was convinced after they kept pestering me about it, as I was the only one that hasn't done it yet out of the 5 of us. They further convinced me about it when they told me the reactions their partner had afterwards. Stupidly, I did it last week, and my husband's reaction wasn't what I thought it would be.
Why was she expecting her husband to react just like her friend's partner did? She was playing around, and now she found out.
I honestly thought that he would try and talk to me or beg or make suggestions like my friends' partners had done, but he didn't.
So the whole point of their game was to test their partner and see how much he cared about their relationship, but they used the wrong strategy. You don't bring up divorce in any circumstances when you are married, regardless of whether that was a joke or not. She was expecting him to beg, but this is not how things work.
We had dinner and we were watching a movie when I told him, I'm not happy anymore, and I think we should get a divorce. He looked at me for a couple of seconds, and I swear, it looked like something broke in his eyes. He got up, walked to our bedroom, and within 10 minutes came out with a bag and walked out of the house without saying a word to me.
Why did she wait for 10 minutes without telling him that it was a joke? She shouldn't have left him alone for that long, knowing that it would eventually make him believe that it was true. That joke went too far.
I tried to stop him, especially after seeing him with his bag packed, and I told him it was just a joke and I didn't mean it. But he basically just brushed me off and walked out. I've tried to get a hold of him, messages, calls, emails, video chats, but he isn't answering me at all.
What else did she expect from him? I don't know how she didn't anticipate this outcome.
My friends didn't have any real advice and told me to just give him time and that he will get over it. Everything came down on me yesterday when I was served with actual divorce papers.
Oh my God.
I frantically tried to get a hold of him, but all I got back was he has nothing to say and that I should talk to his lawyer.
This experience just made her realize that we can't play with everything or everyone. The fact that this joke worked on others didn't mean that it would have worked on her partner, but she learned this lesson a bit too late. Wife here of 16 years. Someone who loves their spouse does not use the word divorce, period, especially as a joke. Not a joke, those are not your friends. Possibly, just maybe, that man was ready to leave and she gave him the final push. In my relationship, that's the one thing you don't play about, leaving or divorce. Don't play with my feelings because I'll leave. That's not a joke. If a guy did that to me, I would do the exact same thing. Thinking that a man would fight for their relationship after being told that his partner no longer wants to be with him is insane, especially for those who married a confident partner, a guy who is sure of himself. Those guys know that love and affection can't be forced. It must be spontaneous. Therefore, it wouldn't make sense to try to convince someone who already made their mind. So expecting them to beg or fight for that relationship when it gets to this stage is a waste of time, as it won't happen, which is why it didn't work on her partner. He knows better.
And I told him it was just a joke and I didn't mean it, but he basically just brushed me off and walked out.
If that was actually a joke, she should have told him once she realized that he was in shock. But instead, she left him in the room for 10 minutes. What did she expect him to think and do after this type of joke? And to make the situation even worse, she only opened up about it once she realized that he was ready to leave the house. She just learned that some words or types of jokes can't be used by those who are married, and this is where her mistake started. You don't mention divorce while married, even if you are just playing. Next time, she will be more careful when it comes to the type of advice she gets from those she calls friends, because if she hadn't listened to them, this wouldn't have happened. The fact that it worked on their partner doesn't automatically mean it would on her husband, but now it's a bit too late.
So we're done. Now get the out of my car.
Do you understand what I'm saying right now? I was literally joking, like this was just a prank.
You pranked me too damn much. This ain't no fucking prank no more.
I didn't even do as
You got me. I'm sick of you. I want to be single. You wanted to break up? You thought it was a prank? Well, you fucking brought it out of me. So we're done.
Are you serious? You're really gonna leave me?
Can't do this.
Is that how it's gonna be? Like, seriously? I was actually pranking you. Like, this was literally a joke. I didn't think you were gonna react this way. I thought you were gonna try and freaking, like, fight for me. Not freaking agree with me and say, yeah, you do want to be done with me. You don't want to be with me anymore.
Get the out of my car.
He is tired of fighting for you. She found out the hard way men want peace in their lives, not drama and games. Simply respond to her. I'm not a joke. Good on you, brother. Peace over chaos. Yes, he is serious. Joke went too far. What did she do to make him get into that level? The best they can do for themselves at this point is leave this type of prank in 2024, because I think it brought them more issues than they anticipated. If the young man got to the point to tell her that he was tired of her pranks, it meant that he had got to his limit. She had done enough, and he couldn't take it anymore. This is what those playing this game don't understand. You can't keep playing, not taking into consideration that the other person also has feelings, and at some point, they won't take it anymore, just like in this case. Things would be better for them from the moment they realize that most men just want a peaceful relationship. We don't need all this drama.
Next we have Steve, doing what he does best when it comes to dating advice.
How do we know that the guy is the right guy? How do we know?
When he is not with you, he can't breathe.
Oh, it's about him.
Yeah, it's about him. It's not you. You'll know. But what you got to do is make sure he feels that way about you. When you're away, he doesn't do well without you. He can't breathe good. He's not the same. He calls and checks on you. He wonders about your whereabouts, not in a controlling way, but it's just like he just wants to be in touch. When you get that I can't breathe without you feeling from that guy, that's him.
I don't know what Steve is talking about. He just described the type of man most women would place in the friend zone. It seems like Steve still believes in those Disney movies, but this is not how the world works.
When you know it's the one, God will make sure you know. He will make sure you'll just know it. You'll just know it's right. And until you have that, just wait. Keep walking.
So he has to have dependency issues? No, you will know when he loves God more than he loves you. Everyone thinks they are a philosopher these days. There isn't ever just one guy. If you live long enough, you discover it's about the work you put into it. They still leave even after all that. Damn, I can't be the one. I have been breathing without her all day. I don't know why people still go to Steve to get dating advice. He definitely doesn't know what he is talking about, as most women would be turned off by a guy who can't breathe when she is not around. If what Steve was saying was true, most women would be happy by now, because they already found that man. But he either became their exes or was placed in the friend zone. They could have kept him. But guess what? He wasn't excited enough. They would rather chase Chad. They think that those guys are too predictable, they won't bring any challenges, and this is not what they are attracted to. Steve needs more knowledge when it comes to this matter, as he is telling them that their dream man is a simp master, and I know for sure that she is laughing inside after what he said.
Ladies, men's primary focus is not relationships. They are biologically selfish. And they can come in the comments here and deny it until they're blue in the face. But this is the facts. And the quicker you realize this as a woman, the happier you will be in this life. Once you realize that a man does not give an F about you, you will be happier as a woman. When you start to think this way, you will naturally prioritize yourself. And that is something that as women we should have done many years ago. We should have done centuries ago. And I don't just mean being out here for survival. No, I mean really decentering men and centering ourselves. Men's primary focus is not relationships. It's career, status, and personal goals.
As we should, this is a clear example of a woman who is not being fully honest because she just described the type of men most women are attracted to, but somehow she wanted to paint it as if it was a bad thing. What she won't tell her followers is that the guy who made their relationship his main focus is currently her ex, and other guys who share the same mindset are currently in her friend zone.
Where's relationships in that? Doesn't exist. Because men don't center their lives around relationships. In fact, they see relationships as just like an addition, as something that's just kind of there lingering. They don't go out seeking relationships. They go out seeking pleasure. Oh yeah. And we're gonna trigger some men today because they're not gonna like that. Oh no, we care about love. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
They never hesitate to put themselves first, regardless of how it makes you feel. That's why you should take advantage of his money as long as you can and do not be too attached. I used to believe this for 4 years, but it really isn't true for all men. There are men out there who can and will love and take care of you and show you every single day. Right? They always prioritize themselves. I think my mom is lucky because she has the best husband who prioritizes my mom and his kids. My dad is a caring person and he can handle everyone's mood swings. And the creator of this video replied, he is simply cooperating. He is doing what he needs to do to get by. Another follower disagreed with the creator's reply and said, totally agree. My dad has always been treating me and my mom like literal queens, gives compliments and focused attention every single day. I wouldn't call that cooperating or settling. She is coping. She is so confused. Just because our primary focus isn't relationship, it doesn't automatically mean that we are selfish. It has nothing to do with whether we care about our partner or not. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to understand people's mindset. How did she come to this conclusion? Most of us know that she would be turned off by a man who prioritizes their relationship instead of his purpose. She is just talking without taking the time to think about what she is saying.
Ladies, men's primary focus is not relationships. They are biologically selfish.
How can we be selfish when our purpose is to have those achievements to give our family the best life possible? Where is the selfishness? It was interesting that most women in her comment section agreed with her statement, but they would be the first to leave a guy who isn't focused on his purpose, a guy who made their relationship his main priority. Back to her selfish perspective, I still don't know what made her think we don't care about others. The last time I checked, men weren't leaving relationships at a high rate to find their happiness. In fact, most stay even when they are not happy. They do it for their kids. It's all about giving them the opportunity to have a two-parent household while they are growing. So I don't understand how she concluded that we only care about ourselves. I would argue that we are the opposite because with us, it's all about doing things for others. Instead of being honest and saying that so far, the man she has encountered didn't care about her and this is why she developed this mindset, she preferred to make this generalized statement which doesn't correspond to the truth. That was a coping mechanism she used to cover what she was going through. But the sad part is that other women believed in those statements.
Welcome to our self-development section. Today we will talk about how to identify the right time to start.
Now is the best time to start.
Not tomorrow. Not next week.
Not until next month.
Not next year.
You have to start
right now.
So get out there and chase your dreams. Find adventure. Fall in love. Take risks.
Because trust me,
it'll be worth it, I promise.
What most still don't understand is that there isn't the best time to start, you just need to do it. And whatever you think you lack will be fulfilled along the way. But the time is now. You don't want to be on the same train as the majority of us who have dreams and goals for years, but are still waiting on a perfect day to take the first step. They are on this train for years, waiting for the best stop to get out of that train, but they weren't able to make that decision, and as a result, they are still stuck there. You don't want to be any of them, so to avoid the same mistake, make sure you start now. Nobody who made it had everything they needed before they made that decision. So what makes you think that you must have everything before you take the first step? Just do it and you won't regret it. Do it now as there isn't more time to be wasted. This is all for today's video and we hope you like it. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for another great content.